Services Grant Fund is the second topic that you asked for an update on. And I will say again, thank you for supporting us with this. This has been a life-changing program and really transformational in so many ways. It's a great example, again, of allowing ODVA to partner with many different organizations, nonprofits, county services, and so forth, and taking a little bit of money, it really is a relatively small amount of money, spreading it across some very important organizations who then manage to leverage that money to do really great things for our veterans across the state. So we were allocated $550,000 in grant funds, and the awards were limited to amounts between $25,000 and $250,000. And all of the grants were one-time grants. There's the understanding that all of the work done for this cycle has to be completed by June of 2019. And in response to the request for grant proposals, it was an overwhelming request. We had 59 grant proposals that were submitted for more than $5 million in requested money. It was amazing. So the proposals were funded in April of 2018 after a very close look by a committee that was comprised of many different people outside of ODVA, Veterans Advisory Committee members and so forth, who really struggled in some cases using very clearly delineated requirements to focus on those 10 that ultimately received the money. And 2 of those 10 were partially funded. But it was really amazing that of the $550,000, there were more than $5 million in grants that were requested, all interested in doing good things for veterans across the state. So I would like to highlight just a couple of some of the success stories, with the understanding that this is all updated information only about 5 or 6 months into the grants and the expenditures that were made. So as of September 20th, and that was one of the first quarter reports that were done. We require quarterly reports. The programs are just really ramping up at that point and starting to spend the money. So we expect there to be even greater success stories later in the year, and hopefully we'll have another opportunity to come and talk to you about some of those as they've gotten down the road. But to highlight just a couple, for instance, the Coos County Area Transit Service District has established a shuttle service for veterans. As of September, they had bought a paratransit vehicle that was purchased and wrapped in patriotic logos. But that is so important because that's going to help veterans who are out in Coos County to make their appointments at Roseburg. That may not seem like a very big thing to those of us who can just get in our cars and go anywhere we want for our medical care, but that paratransit vehicle will allow veterans who are wheelchair bound to get to their appointments, for instance. And not only that, but that vehicle is going to enable the caregiver for those veterans to ride with them. And that's a very unusual capability. So kudos to the Coos County Transit Service for doing that for the veterans in Coos County. Second, and this was a place that I had visited last month out in Polk County, the Family and Community Outreach Department is working on providing homeless veteran meals, stable transitional housing, laundry, shower, and connection to veteran service organizations. And as of September, they had identified a host, and everything is in place for shelter except for the permits. Permit process can be a little bit onerous, as I understand it, and then they're going to be moving forward pretty soon. The modular housing is underway. I think the date is actually slipping a little bit into 2019, but they are moving full speed ahead. And in fact, we had some of the representatives for this program update the Veterans Advisory Committee just last week. So we're really pleased and proud of the work that Polk County is doing to help our homeless veterans. So we're looking forward. This was just the first cycle of this kind of a grant. We're looking forward to the next cycle, where this was the first time we had ever done anything like this in ODVA, and we'll be even better at it the second time around. And we're looking forward to considering the grant proposals from all those agencies and organizations that want to help Oregon veterans. I'll pause there for any questions about that program.
Just a quick note that in the governor's recommended budget, it's, I believe, $2 million.
Yes, thank you.
Which is a good start. We still have more to go, but that's a good start. So, any
I would
questions?
anticipate for that $2 million, we may have, again, $20 million of grant recipients because the word will get around, but we'll do due diligence and make sure that we have good organizations that get the grant money.
Mark, good.
Thank you, Chair. So, yeah, just very happy and excited to hear about that program, and just wanted to make sure you feel that everybody that was awarded will be able to complete it by June of 2019?
Well, we're doing due diligence. We're getting their quarterly reports. We think everybody is on the right glide path for that. And if they're not, we're standing by to help assist wherever they need advice. And our statewide Veterans Services Office gets calls frequently saying, can we do this with the money? Can we do that with the money? And we guide them as they go along. But we get the sense that everybody is very engaged and moving forward on this.
Sure.
Well, thank you. Is it possible to get some type of feedback or report from you of what type of requests were out there? So maybe we have a better idea of maybe some other programs that we can try to fund in the future and see what might be some good ideas.
Absolutely.
So is that helpful?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I agree with Representative Meek, but I'd also like to add the caveat that not only can we report what has been applied for, but what's been the success ratio?
So
What's the success issue of each one of these grants? Because you can have a grant out there, and if you don't report and let us know how successful it is, we don't know what we don't know.
So at the end of the 2019 cycle, I assume that there'll be a compilation of the reports about what was accomplished and
absolutely.
which things maybe worked better than others.
I won't be here.
Well, we'll send it to you in Idaho. We will. The other piece is that I know that some of the other unfunded items were made available during conversations in general themes. So to the extent that we can get a concept of maybe there were 3 or 4 that were similar things that we recognize are most likely going to be coming up in this next cycle, we might be able to provide some other vehicles to make it easier. So any information on that would certainly be appreciated by the committee.
Happy to work with the committee on that.
Any other questions on this? Okay.